Hey everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to my first video on YouTube. My name is Bobby. I go by itsBobtart on Instagram, where I share my artwork and my passion for miniature painting. It's been a long time coming. I've wanted to start a YouTube channel for a few years now, and I just couldn't wrap my head around how to just get myself to start. So the purpose of today's video is to share a little bit about myself, what you can expect from this channel, and really for me it's to shake off the nerves of filming my first video for YouTube. I work in the TV and film industry in Vancouver, Canada as a digital compositor, also known as a visual effects artist. I've been doing this about 13 years. Most recently I just finished up work on Avatar: The Last Airbender for Netflix. During my free time, I like to paint Warhammer miniatures. I have been into the Warhammer hobby for about 25-ish years now, since 3rd edition of Warhammer 40k. My brother and I ended up finding a local hobby shop in our hometown in California. The lady who owned the hobby shop was a huge Warhammer nerd herself, and when we had told her that we were getting into this whole hobby and we were looking, trying to find more models, she was overjoyed and very excited to share all she knew of Warhammer. She asked us if we were into more of the fantasy stuff or more of the sci-fi, and she began to show us some of the models, and my brother and I were drawn to the sci-fi stuff. So she went over all the different races and armies that you can play, the different robots and troops and everything. She went over everything. She was so enthusiastic about sharing this passion that she had for this hobby that my brother and I, we couldn't leave the store without buying some models of our own. I was drawn to the savage space orc boys. I just loved their aesthetic, and I love that they just scrap build things together and somehow it manages to work. My brother loved the aesthetic of the Chaos Space Marine models. The awesome looking armor, the detail, the spiky bits, the heads impaled on them. What's not to like? Our first games were played on the dining room table or on the carpet, using models that had way too much paint on them, and using shoeboxes, water bottles, toys, anything else that we could find to use as terrain. Over the years, I've collected many armies, but orcs will always be my favorite, because no matter what happens on the battlefield, no matter what the scenario is, I'm always having a good time. Their lore and the silly things that happen on the battlefield, I could just play scenes in my head, and it just helps me immerse myself more into the game, and I forget who's winning and losing. I just have fun at that point. I have so many ideas for this channel. This is really a first time thing for me, creating videos, editing, just kind of doing everything involved in creating a video for YouTube. But the main reason for me creating this YouTube channel in the first place is to keep myself accountable and to document my hobby journey. I currently have about 6 armies that are in various stages of being painted. Most of my models are built. Most of those also do have some kind of paint or primer on them, but they're all kind of left in an unfinished state. I would also like to play more Warhammer 40k. I did play quite a bit in 3rd and 4th edition, and I took a little bit of a break between 5th, or I guess played on and off between 5th and 9th. And within the past few years, I started to get more into the hobby side of the game. 9th edition, I started to play a couple more games, but it was still like, I think I maybe played a handful of games in 9th edition. In 10th, I have played a few games. In fact, I have another one coming up this weekend with a buddy of mine. And I would like to get more games in and eventually join my first big tournament for Warhammer 40k. By big tournament, I mean like a local tournament, not like an LVO kind of tournament. That's just insane. Although maybe one day. I have many other interests, including self-development, personal finance, fitness, and my day job being a visual effects artist, and I'd like to find a way to incorporate these different things into my channel as well. If any of that sounds interesting to you and you'd like to follow my YouTube journey, please help out the channel by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. My plan right now is to publish at least 1 video a month. I'm going to try to do more, but my career can get very hectic and busy with a lot of overtime, so I don't want to promise anything that I cannot fulfill. I hope that by me making this video, it inspires others to take the first step. As I mentioned earlier, I've been wanting to create a YouTube channel for many years now, and this is me finally taking that first step to making that dream possible. It's scary, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. Even though I'm in the TV and film industry, this is still new for me. This is not where my skill set lies. So it is kind of terrifying. As Wayne Gretzky once said, We miss 100% of the shots that we don't take. So I hope this video inspires others to take their shot. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video, and I hope you join me for the next one. Farewell for now.